Hi, hello everyone. Welcome you all to my YouTube channel VP class. We are in the class 5 of spoken English and basic grammar. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel VP class. So in this class we are going to discuss what is a verb and what are the various kinds of verb. So let us begin. One of the very important part in a sentence is verb. So without verb, definitely we cannot have a sense in the sentence or complete meaning in the sentence. So verb are very essential part of a speech. Without verb, it's not possible to know what the subject is doing. So very difficult. What is the action of a subject in a sentence? Because we have studied that in a subject, the role of a subject is doer of the action. So without verb, definitely it is not possible to know what the action is done by the subject. So what is the meaning of a verb? Verb is a word that describes the action or experience or state or condition of the subject or object in a sentence. The role of a verb is to describe the action, okay, or experience or any state or condition of a subject, that is noun or either pronoun. So example, I am eating a chocolate. Very simple. Okay, simple sentence. I is a subject here. Okay, eating is an action here. Chocolate is a object here. So it describes the action of the subject. That is what I is doing. I am eating chocolate. Now let us discuss what are the various kinds of verb. So verb can be verb of actions. So very clear. So these are the verbs which describes the action of a subject in a sentence. So that is the role of verb of actions. So these verbs involve a movement. So there is a movement done by the subject in a sentence. So let us understand this by an example. Walk. Okay, walk is a movement, right? Then talk. Talk is a movement. Then read. Then sleep. Then jump. Then sing and drink, okay, then teach. So all these verbs involve a movement or action. Okay, for example, I'm walking on the road, I'm talking to my friends, I read a book, okay, I'm sleeping now, okay, I'm jumping, or I'm jumping from one floor to another, I'm singing a song. Okay, all these verbs have an action. And the next one is verbs of experience or feelings. So these verbs do not have any movement, but they describe one's feeling or experience. So there is no movement of any kind. Example, okay, example like care, love, hate, believe, trust, feel, cherish, know, recognize, understand. So all these are examples for verbs of feeling or experience. Or the next topic is types or various kinds of verbs. The first one is helping verb or auxiliary verb. You might have heard this term many times, helping verb, auxiliary verb. So let us understand clearly what is this helping verb. So it is used to help another verb or the main verb. So the role of helping verb is to help the main verb. So that is their role. So it helps the main or action verb in a sentence to have a proper meaning. So without the helping verb or auxiliary verb, there cannot be a proper meaning for the main verb or main action verb. So because it helps the other verb to change the tense, mood or voice. So through helping verb or auxiliary verb, we can understand in which tense it is, in which mood it is, or in which voice, passive voice or active voice, which voice it is. So that's the role of the helping verb. It also helps to form a question, also negative sentence. So these are the various advantages of a helping verb or auxiliary verb. So what are these helping verbs or auxiliary verbs? So these are the helping verbs: is, am, are, was, were, has, have, had, been, will, should, may, might, must, do, does. So all these are helping verbs which helps the main verb in a sentence. And the next one is second type of verb is linking verbs. So meaning is there in the word itself. It links. Okay, it links the subject of a sentence to other part of a sentence. So it is a type of verb that is used to link the subject of a sentence. Okay, subject. There is a subject in a sentence, object in a sentence. So it links the subject of a sentence to other part of the sentence. Usually that is predicate. So it links the subject to the object, subject to an adjective, subject to a prepositional phrase. So this is what the role of a linking verb. It can link subject to object or subject to adjective or subject to a prepositional phrase. So what's the difference between linking verb and auxiliary verb? So these verbs are same as helping verbs or auxiliary verbs, but with the helping verbs, there will be action. There is a main action after the helping verb. But with linking verb, there will not be any action verb. Okay, there cannot be an action verb. There is no main verb as such. Okay, yes. Example: be, been, being, am, is, are, was, were. All these are called as linking verb. So how it links? First one linkage is subject to object. So example, Ramesh is my cousin. See the example. So there is no main verb after is, right? So I'm just telling Ramesh is my cousin. So the Ramesh is the subject, cousin is the object. My cousin is the object. So it links subject and object. And the second linkage is subject to a prepositional phrase. Example, the boys are in the classroom. Say in is a preposition. This is a prepositional phrase along with the object, right? So the boys is a subject. So I am using the linking verb are to link the boys and also prepositional phrase. Then link 3 subject to adjective. So linking verb can link the subject to adjective. How? Let us see the example. Your singing was melodious. See, melodious is a adjective. Your singing is a noun or subject. So subject to adjective is linked by was. Subject to object using seems and become. So we can also link subject to object using two words like seems and become. Let's see the example. The class seems interesting, right? Class is what the subject here, interesting is what object here. So class seems interesting. Then the audience became tensed after the collapse of wickets. Okay, audience became is a linking verb which links the audience and other part of the sentence. So this is the work of a linking verb. So understand how it can link, okay, with subject to object, subject to adjective, and also subject to prepositional phrase and subject to object using seems and become. And the third one is action verb. So what is action verb? So it is a verb which is used to express an action in a sentence. So it is used to explain what subject is doing in a sentence. So nothing but it is the action of the subject in a sentence. Examples: he is reading the book. See here, reading is a action. So it is action of whom? It is action of he, the subject. Next, I play. Play is a action. I play football every day, right? Play is a action. So it is action of I. He is cooking food for the dinner. So cooking is a action of the subject he. The students are playing in the ground. So playing is a action of the subject, the students. So that is regarding action verb. And the fourth one is modal verb. So what is modal verb? These types of verbs are used to denote the possibility, probability, capability, or necessity of something happening. So they cannot be used as a main verb in a sentence. So they are like a helping verbs. So these verbs are used to denote the possibility, whether it will happen or not. That is probability, possibility, and also capability, whether you can do or not, or necessity of something happening, whether it should happen or not. So let us see examples for modal verbs. So these are the modal verbs: can, could, will, would, shall, should, may, might, must, ought to, etc. Now let us use few of these modal verbs in a sentence. See here, I can come tomorrow evening. So this is the capability. I can come tomorrow evening. Before that, I cannot come. I will attend the class without fail. So again, it is a capability. I will attend the class without fail. You should call your parents today. So it should something necessity of happening something. You should call your parents today. So all these verbs, modal verbs, help you to denote the possibilities, probabilities, or capabilities. You can have many number of sentences. I think you can make the for the rest of the modal verbs your own sentences. And the last one in types of verbs, the fifth one is phrasal verb. So phrasal verb means it is a combination of a verb and a preposition. So they perform the same function of a verb in a sentence. Even though they are the combination of a verb and preposition, they perform the same function of a verb in a sentence. Examples for phrasal verbs like get off, lay off, look up, back up, fed up, log in, etc. Let us use few of these in a sentence. See here, text me when you get off the bus. Text me when you get off the bus. That means when you get down from the bus, you have to text me. Doctors advised patient to lay off. Lay off is action here. Cigarette. What is lay off? So leaving away or leaving the cigarettes. Okay, without cigarette you should live. The students look up their teachers for inspiration. Look up means yeah, it is an action here. Look up. So students always see teachers as their inspiration. Then I am fed up. Fed up means what? You're tired using the mobile phone. So these also can be used as verbs in a sentence. So that's all regarding types of verbs. Now there are something to remember from this class. So what are those? First one, verbs of various forms. Remember this, but we are going to discuss this in detail in the future classes. Okay, so watch all the classes from 1 to 1, 2, 3 like that. Don't miss any classes. So we are going to discuss this in the future class. What is the simple form, past form, participle form of a verb? Then Verbs can be transformed into nouns by adding ing to the root verb. Okay, so how it can be transformed to a noun, and what is it called? It is called as gerunds. Okay, you might have heard this concept. We are going to discuss again details in the future classes, gerunds. So, but you should know we can convert the verb into noun by adding ing. Example: walking daily makes fit and healthy. See, walk is action. What I have done here, I have added ing and I have made that as a subject or noun. Walking daily makes fit and healthy. Then verbs can be converted into nouns by adding a preposition to. Okay, we can also convert the verbs into nouns by adding the preposition to. How? So they are called as infinitives. Okay, these terms, if you are adding to a verb by making it a noun, then those nouns are called as infinitives. Example: I like to drink coffee. See here, to drink. Okay, I like to drink a coffee. There is some activity from this class for you all. So what is that activity? So you have to list out various action verbs and verbs ending with ed and ing. So make a list of these verbs and try to make sentences using these verbs. Okay, we'll meet you in the next class, that is class number 6. If you have not subscribed to my channel VP Class, please subscribe to my channel VP Class to get the videos on time. Thank you for watching this video. Thank you.